Well, there we go. We're live. All right. Good morning, everybody. Here we are, Thursday morning, October 29th. Can't believe it. The big day is coming soon, right? Halloween's on its way. Staying hydrated, a little bit of coffee. Then a little bit of water, lots of water. Now, some of you might be asking, what's changed? It looks a little bit different. Well, listen, it's not just the thing that we added yesterday, right? A little mini pumpkin guy over here, right? Cute little guy. You put a little candle in him, which I tried once, but it's porcelain. It heated up so much, you couldn't touch it. So, looks cute, not really the best made, but that's okay. All right. So yeah, we got ourselves a new camera. It's an HD camera, so it's high definition. It's very sensitive to light. So if you look, it seems a little bit dark, but I'll show you just for fun what happens when I turn the light on. I am extremely pale. Now let's see, maybe we can toy around with this. So maybe it's not so bad today in the position we had it, but it's pretty bright. I think it might just be a little bit too much, but you guys let me know what you think in those comments if everything's a little bit visible. So yes, see, look at that lens flare. We're like a J.J. Abrams movie. Now there's a few things, obviously we're going to tweak that camera a little bit, because you see up there, it's too much ceiling for my liking. So let's just, and this is live, everybody, this is how it goes. Right, you're a part of this too. All right, here we go. Getting a nice shot of my armpits right there. Beautiful. Still okay, here we go. Now what if I did this? You know, this is why there's such a thing as camera crews. So the person doing the video doesn't have to do this too, but that's okay. This is the budget life, right? We're not CTV or CBC over here. We don't have any nationalized television syndication. But hey, spread the word. Maybe we will be that popular. We get syndication, we're all set. Yeah, I think this might be okay. I just got to stop it from spinning. So there are some challenges with the new camera, guys. I'm not going to lie. Like on the fact that we're on drunk angle. Right? What is drunk angle? This is not fun. Sorry, guys. Listen. If I thought I was good at everything. No, I'm pretty good at most things, but we just need to get him. It's this tripod, right? It's cute, the tripod they gave us, but really it's made out of pennies. So I got to make sure I get my pro tripod out next time, okay? Because I do have a much better quality one. I just want it to not suck for today. Let's start with not sucking. Let's start there and see how that goes. How's that, guys? So give me some comments if you think it sucks. I realize it's very bright. If it's too bright and you can't make anything out, that's, you know, it's hit or miss. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do our stretches today. It's Thursday. We're going to do standing up. The good thing, the one good thing about this camera is that you can see a lot more, right? So when I do things like this, you can see all of me. So that's really a good thing to help that this camera is really good for. So we're going to go through all of our exercises. We're going to go top down, right? We feeling that? We feeling top down, everybody? Good. So we'll do that. And then we'll be good to go for the rest of the day. All right, here we go. So always really, really good, super underrated is the pencil stretch. Some people like to call it the needle because it looks like the needle. But that's fine, right? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to bring your legs together. Now you can do this laying down. If you're sitting, you can do this sitting and just do the top portion of your body. That's fine, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to have your hands neutral position. So this is pronated. This is supinated. You don't want those. You want neutral. They're going to come up. And you're going to get your arms up, up, up. Now as close as I pirouette around like a ballerina, as close to your ears as you can, right? And try to get those hands up and reach up. Good. Now you're going to feel a lot of stretching, but that's okay because that's why they're called stretches. So yes, you're supposed to feel stretching. Now, if you feel pain or discomfort, okay, we got to make sure not to push too much. Right? Sometimes we have a tendency to, let's say we'll have a sore shoulder today. We're going to get here, we're going to feel pain here, we're going to feel like it's tight there. And we're going to say, no, Chris wants my arms up by my ears, so I'm going to push, and I'm going to grunt it out. But then you're just going to hurt yourself. Right? So don't go into discomfort. So again, the stretch reflex. We'll do this close to the camera, right? You stretch out the hand as much as you can. You give a little additional touch, and you're going to feel that stretch. Same thing, okay? So here we go. Up, 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 up. Good. As much as you can go comfortably. And we reach for that ceiling. So you're not trying to hurt yourself. Just trying to reach for that ceiling. Good job. Nice. Excellent. How you doing? You doing all right? Perfect. Okay. So the next thing we're going to work on are the shoulders. Okay. We're going to do 2 extra stretches for the shoulders. So one is the shoulder rolls, right? Remember these guys? Giving ourselves a little visitor. There he is. And we go backwards now. Good. All right, come on, y'all. This is Winston. Winston, that's the world. Yeah. He's a big baby. You've never seen a cat such a suck. Look at this. Watch this. What kind of a cat does this? Purring. And you'll hold him like a little baby. Look at this guy. Look at him. Look at him. You're an attention hog. That's what you are. Yes, you are. You bum. So yeah, you know, sometimes pets are annoying, but then they do cute things like this, and you're like, ah, okay, I forgive you. All right, now get out of here. I got work to do now. All right, so let's do another set of those shoulder rolls. Okay, we go forward. Perfect. Nice. Now see my arms swinging. Whatever's convenient for the arms, just don't pin them. If you pin the arms, you restrict the movement, right? So however you feel comfortable with the arms, don't pin them down. And we go backwards. Good. So you might hear some cracking in one direction versus the other, right? Not quite cracking, but kind of it sounds like kind of a crunchy sound. It's because you have tight tissues, right? So you got to figure your tissues are crossed like this. You know, they run side by side, they're parallel to one another, right? Now they're all tight and sinewy, so you're kind of popping them, making them rub up against each other as they loosen up. So that's okay. So next one we're going to do, okay, we're going to do what would technically be, you could do a wall angel, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to do big swings, okay? So palms out like this. So now we're going supinated, okay? And what we want to do is we want to really open up those shoulders. So we're going to bring our arms slightly back and up and to the top. And you're going to reach while you're doing it, guys. So as if, right, now it's the contest, right? Can I touch both walls at the same time, right? So that idea of reaching out, just open up. And this is going to open up that chest cavity too, right? Just open it all up. There we go. Up we go. Good. Doing great. Now let's do 2 more. Because this is not a static stretch, you see, this is a dynamic stretch. This involves your movement. Good. 1 more. Here we go. And back. Nice. Good job. You guys are doing great. All right. So we're going to do one quick thing for the shoulder because there are some people who have different shoulder impediments, right? So we got to make sure we add new ones for people. So here's what you're going to do. We're going to do a very traditional, easy shoulder stretch, okay? So arms straight, right? This is the arm we're going to stretch today, okay? Arm straight. And the other hand is going to run behind the elbow. Why behind the elbow? Because in front of the elbow, your arm is going to want to bend. So behind the elbow, and you just gently pull that arm across your body. Now, what I don't want, guys, is I don't want you pushing your, so look at my shoulder. We're going to step a little bit closer. Okay, watch the movement of the shoulder. So right now, I got my shoulders back, and I'm properly stretching out the shoulder. You see how my shoulder, for the most part, is staying in place other than the movement of the arm. What you don't want to do is you don't want to roll the shoulder inward to do this, you see, right? And I'll show you the back, which apologize for the rear end shot, but just to show you the difference of the back of what happens, okay? So now I have my shoulders in position and my arm is moving properly, and that's fine. You see how my back is still pretty stable. Now I do this, and you see the tension and torque that I'm putting on my spine, right? So we want to stretch out the shoulder area, right? So this stretch you should feel right along in here. Not rolling over, keeping the shoulder where it should be. We're stretching the arm. Now it's going to move a little bit, sure, that's normal. But don't be like, hey, look how great I'm doing, right? Because that's not good for you. That's it. Nice and easy. Try the other side. Here we go. Good, great. Remember, we get there. Relax into that stretch. I realize with my level of energy, I don't sound like I'm relaxed, but right? So when you relax into the stretch, we let go of the muscles. We let go of that tension, that stretch reflex, right? So essentially, we're just chilling out. It's as easy as that. All right. So we're doing great, guys. You're doing absolutely fantastic. We're going to do a few stretches, okay, for the lower back. And we're going to do what's called a scapular, it's a modified scapular push-up, okay? So here's what you're going to do. Quite easy, okay, for the most part. This should be, most people should be able to do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand up against a wall. And all you're merely going to do is you're going to push your back out, right? So you're not doing a push-up with your arms. Your arms are already straight. You're just stretching those shoulder blades. So what I'll do is I'll come up to the camera, okay? Now I'll have nothing in front of me, but I can do it without the wall. So you'll be able to see, right? So the shoulder blades, what you want is you want them to come apart like that, you see. And that's going to cause some. Now, if you have shoulder issues, you can do them down here, right? On an angle. And still do the same thing. Right? The idea is to stretch so you have a lot of muscles that run in that scapular region down between your, well, scapular shoulder blades, right? For you, you know, if you don't know what it is. So what you want is you want to just open those up. Similar to the chest, right? We have muscle attachment point here. We have muscle attachment point in the center and the back, right? So we just want to stretch those out. So that's all that is. Okay? So now that we've explained how to do it, let's do it for real, okay? And I'll do it here with you guys. And we just push that out. Good. And back. That's it. All right, one more. Up. And back. There we go. Perfect. Good job. My back wasn't superbly straight there, was it? I know. If you were paying attention, you caught that. Shame on me. That is not good. All right. We're going to work here on our trunk, on our twist motion. You remember these guys? It's our snake charmers, right? So we're going to turn, but we're not, remember, we're not twisting the hips, right? Twisting the hips torques the knees. We're keeping the hips stable. We're turning as far as we can go. We relax. Good. Back the other way. Nice. Good job. See, it's that easy. Take your sip for halfway there. So now's the time, good time to hydrate. Right? Some for the brain, some for the body. No. I keep saying that. It's a joke. Water is good for the brain too. Coffee just tastes delicious. And listen, this is a way. So when I first started, to give you a little side mission. A tangent? A sidebar? I'm not sure. Okay, so back in the day, I used to never drink water. And how did I get myself to start drinking water? Right? Yes, drink them with meals. That gives you 3 glasses a day. But what I did is I made sure that every time I have a glass of water or a cup of coffee, I have a glass of water. I do not refill my coffee without a glass of water. And that just gets me into that habit. So even if, because I didn't like water at the beginning, right? It was just so bland. So I would take a sip of the water, or I would down the whole thing, and then I would have my delicious coffee, right? And that balance would encourage me to drink the water. And now I can drink water with no issue. So that's kind of a good way to do it. All right, let's do our snake charmers again. Remember, arms up, right? Because this slouches. Arms up, good. And we turn, and we rotate, keeping those hips straight. Just hold it. Good, and back. And the other way. So I wonder how many of you guys caught today's decoration. Right? And first, I wonder if you caught the pumpkin from yesterday. I know one person who did. I wonder if anyone else did. Today, we've got something else new up too. So let's see if you figure out where that one is. All right. So now we're going to work out the lower back, everyone's favorite, because most common pain is there. Okay. So remember, now you already know this. You know this by heart, but we're going to walk through it anyway, just in case we have new people watching, right? So we slight bend in the knees to disengage the hamstrings. We're going to keep that back straight as we come down to our knees. From our knees downward, we are able to relax and stretch out our lower back and the whole back, to be honest with you. Deep breath, and we relax here. We don't bounce. Good. Now back up. We're going to put our hands on our knees, support the shoulders, and up we go. Good job. How'd that feel? I tell you, it's so good for you. Now this one, if you were here what tuned in yesterday, you can see doing these in a chair, right? So there's so many different ways to stretch out the back. We just got to be careful with it, right? We don't want to bounce. We don't want to reach that stretch and then bounce ourselves, because that's tension on the back. We don't want that. Okay, here we go. Slight bend, keeping the back straight as we lower down, right? Now from here, controlled, we release and come down and relax. Nice deep breath. Good. Hands up here on the knees, support the shoulders, straighten out, and stand. Good job. You guys are doing great. We're already almost done. Down to the hamstrings, the calves, and the ankles, and we're done for the day. All right, so hamstrings. Okay, by the way, guys, glutes a little bit hard to stretch out here. We're going to throw in a bonus actually for the quads. So some of you might have tight quads if you had leg day yesterday. Like I did, the quads are a little bit tight. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with the hamstring. Remember, hamstring, it's the highway to the legs, right? Everything, you got all kinds of nerves and blood vessels and arteries that run through that area. Make sure that's nice and stretched out, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use a wall this time, okay? So you notice I have the foot up on the wall, okay? You want me to use an orange wall instead? Because now, fancy new camera, I can use any wall we want. Not fancy. All right. So back straight, always back straight. And if you're in this position and you're doing it right, you might feel the stretch already. Right? Now remember, you have to feel it in both top and bottom at the same time. Right? So if you go into this position and you feel a lot of pressure in your knee, your foot's too high, bring it down a bit. All right? Because you got to have the pressure more starting up at the top than at the bottom, right? You gotta be up here, running down, right? On this side, so you can see it better. So I'm facing the camera, right? So now I'm nice and straight. Bring that toe down if you have knee pressure. Good. And you come forward. And remember, guys, now we're here, we're gonna relax that leg. Once you're in position. Good. Just like that. Nice. Good job. All right, other side. Here we go. If you notice, my back leg is straight. That's for a reason. Because if I bend that back leg, right, then what's going to happen is I'm going to have to either hold everything onto my hamstring or disengage the knee. Now, there is a moment, and I'll show you after, for those a little bit more advanced. You just stretch out the hamstring and use your leg, which is this. Okay? So, heel up, other leg back. Now, this is only if you have really good stabilizing muscles, okay? Back straight, and you bend forward from here. Right? So now you're in this kind of a weird compromised position. But you need to feel stable. You can't be doing this, right? Because that's not going to allow the stretch. If you want to try and hold on, no problem. Perfect. You guys are doing great. Trying out all these new things, discovering all these new things about your body, saying, yeah, I can do that. Or maybe, you know what, I can't do that yet, but boy, I can feel that I can almost get there, right? So that's important too. Just because you can't do something right now isn't a reason to be discouraged, because what you're going to see is as you try. So for example, right, our calf stretch we're going to do later, right? We're going to do one of these calf stretches later. Right now, you might not be able to do it without holding on, but last week you were holding on tight. Now this week, maybe you're holding on with a finger, and then you kind of like start testing it. Oh, okay, you know? And then you know that, hey, listen, if I keep this up, I'm going to get there, right? So we're going to work out the quads, guys, because mine are tight. So I happen to do way too many squats, but that's okay. The good news is I'm using the towel. So much easier to use the towel. Don't even stress yourself with trying to catch your foot if you can't do it easily. If you can, no problem. But yeah, good news, guys. So squats, so it's one of these good, bad things. I always make this joke with my clients. So squats are one of those things that you really won't find a better overall exercise for your lower body than squats. Right? It engages your hips, it engages your glutes, your back, your lower back, your quads, you know, a little bit of the hamstrings, your calves, like really best lower body exercise you could do. If you can only do one exercise, do squats. But nobody likes squats. So whenever I give the squats, boy, it comes with a groan. Oh, yeah, okay. So as a catch-22, as a trainer, you kind of have to give squats, or what I do is I do a variation of squats. So I make sure I activate the same muscle groups, just in a little bit more interesting way. But squats are so essential, it's almost annoying. But yeah, it's literally all of your lower body, right? And one of the fundamental movements of life, right? You squat to sit in a chair, you squat to go to the bathroom, to get in your car. Like you squat every day already, right? We're just making sure you're better at that. There we go. Nice. Perfect. And you always notice, guys, on the second one, as we do these stretches, the second one's a little bit better, right? You're always a little bit more mobile on the second one. And that's okay, right? I realize I'm doing a modified version because I didn't feel like turning around facing the camera. I would not suggest you do this. It's only because I know kind of what I'm doing. That wasn't very smart. But by being a professional, I can modify these things a little bit just to make it quick for me. But for you, you should do it the proper way. I should not encourage that. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when I'm low on coffee. You see, coffee is for the brain. I don't care what people say. All right. Now we're going to work out the calves. I'm going to stretch those out. Okay. I keep saying work out because as a trainer, I'm so used to working out. We're going to stretch out those calves. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Nice wide stance. As wide as you can get comfortably without lifting that heel off the ground. Remember, if you're too wide and your heel wants to come off the ground, if you force it, you're going to hurt that Achilles. Right? So wide, but comfortably flat on the ground. Right? And then we lean forward and we stretch. Now you can lean onto this, you can lean onto the wall, you can lean onto anything at this point. Right? And if you're a hot shot, you can stand and you want to test your stabilizing muscles, you do this. But what you need to remember is, okay, you're here to stretch the calf. So if you're so focused in holding yourself up that your calf is not being stretched, then you hold on, right? First and foremost, we're here to stretch the calf. If you can do both, great. If not, if your focus is trying to hold you up, hold on. Because there's no shame in holding on, right? I don't know why these people give these stigmas. You hear a lot of fitness industry people with stigmas that like to be given out. And I say they can go, you know what, themselves, right? Because here's the thing. Their life story is not your life story. And your focus in this job is to stretch out your calf. Whatever the rest of you is doing to support that, it's fine. I mean, yes, you want your back straight, you know, little things like that, posturally correct. But if somebody wants to say, oh, you're holding on, you're supposed to let go. You know what? They're not the right trainer for you. Okay, so last one we're going to do, ankle circles. We're going to pin the toe this time, okay, guys? Here we go. We're going to move that ankle nice and slow. The only thing is, if you're looking today, you see my whole leg is moving. I'm trying to get those big ones in, right? Big. And remember, don't worry if it's square, right? Ankle squares count too, right? They will be circles, but let's try to make them bigger, right? At the beginning, we did those little tiny ones, those little quick tiny ones. Now we're going to really intentionally try to make them big. There we go. Good. All right, other side. Here we go. Nice big ones. And for sure, hold on these ones. I would actually forget even trying to do it without holding on. I would encourage you holding on. Because these big circles take a lot of focus. I don't want you worrying about standing up straight. I want you to focus on your ankle circles. Good. Perfect. How'd that feel? How are we doing? Feeling good? All right. Because listen, you did the whole thing, right? Top to bottom, head to toe. We're all stretched out. I hope you're feeling good. Ready to get out there today, right? Ready to enjoy weather. It's not great, but it doesn't matter because you know what? Fresh air makes a huge difference. You will not believe how good fresh air is for you. It's night and day, right? So even if it's for an hour, like I said, even prisoners get an hour outside every day, right? Get out there, enjoy the weather. Halloween's coming. Get your pumpkins, get your whatever decorations, everything you need to get, all right? And do we see what today's thing was? All right, here we go. It's our banner, Halloween, right? And it cuts off at the E, it's Halloween, you know? But that's it, that's our Halloween banner up there, right? So we're doing pretty good. We got George Sr. over here and his wife. Now they're making out. They're like one on top of one another now. They're not even next to each other. Just inappropriate hands sticking out. We got George Jr. over here, right? Spider with his web over here. A little skull hiding in the corner over here. A pumpkin there. And one more to come tomorrow. All right, guys. So that's it. Have yourself a great day. And we will see you tomorrow.